What's happening, everybody? Brett here. We're back playing some more Kingdom Rush Origins, and we're only on level 3 right now, episode 2, and we're going to jump into Waterfalls Trail. This is a really cool map. For me, it's a very iconic map. It's one of the ones I think of whenever I think of this game. Let's go ahead and read the campaign blurb. It says, "The massive enemy force crossing downriver has tried to flank us as we expected, General. We will be able to ambush the gnolls and their beasts in the winding paths between the waterfalls. May the goddess Aline bless us." Alright, so before we go into battle, we now have the option to either use Erevan or Eridan. And I think for the purpose of the early game, we're going to use Eridan. He's also pretty close to getting level 4. But when we go ahead and do the Heroic and Iron Mode challenges, we'll probably switch over to Erevan. We do want to get him levels because I think he's a much more effective later game hero choice. So what are our upgrades right now? Alright, pretty good stuff. Yeah, I think this is all we need. Okay. Remember, we are playing on veteran difficulty. We can change it at any time if we want. But let's get into it. Now we unlock the level 3 towers. You can kind of see how cool they look. They're wielding like these two-handed scythe blade things. Very cool. Now there's 3 elves in the trees. The druid gets kind of this like grass armor looking thing to him. And the stone circles are getting bigger. Not exactly sure what's different about this other than, you know, it's kind of a more grandiose platform. I wonder if the wizards actually look different.
We must move on. You have my bow.
I'm curious to know. So there are things in this map that you can mess with that are actually kind of important to the game itself. And there's a lot to know about this level. So, where do we start? We want to defend this area here is fine. Something like this. And this position, anytime you have an outside position like this, it's basically the game's way of telling you, place a barracks here. Because you're not going to get good range from any of your other types of towers. So we could do something like this. And we'll skirmish at first with Eridan. And try and, you know, soften them up before they get to us. So just standard gnolls. And if you're looking at these little flowers, don't worry, I'm going to go over what those do in just a bit. They're a cool little interactive bit. Now keep your eyes on the waterfall. Just go ahead and nuke them. So you see here? We got Wilson. Alright. And let's place... a Mystic Dais there. So here we go. Here's a tip. When touched, magic blossoms shoot magic missiles that target nearby enemies. So we'll hit it there. And I see that guy right there that's going down the water. Nice little power-up noise. Make sure we're calling early. And I'm going to place another barracks here. Now the reason why I'm paying special attention to this is because some of those give you gold. And that's the one we're kind of waiting on. It's a nice little bonus. And I think we're gonna perhaps lightning strike. See what we can do with that.
We must move on.
So here come the enemies from the other direction. And let's go ahead and get Eridan down here to help us defend. This is going to be another barracks location. Alright, and we have a new enemy, the hyenas. So fast and craven beasts bred by gnolls to run past enemy lines. They're fast, they sprint through blocks, and they have low magic resistance. Very similar to the wargs and wolves of some of the older ones. Read all tip cards. Done it. So, magic-resistant enemies. Some enemies enjoy different levels of magic resistance that protects them against magical attacks. So, that's these dudes. They're probably pretty resistant to this as well if it counts towards magic. But you see how they run past our frontliners? It's good to soften them up with archer towers, because they have that magic resistance, but they don't have a lot of HP. Airdan is very good at dealing with them. Nice. Okay. That was kind of a close one, actually. Used to love Castaway. Okay, what do we want? Let's get that there. Put another barracks here. And I think what I used to do is I used to put a lot of archer towers on the top. It'd be a little hard to remember. Wow, that's close, actually. And we'll upgrade that one. Really increases its damage, and when we get it to level 3, it'll do 6 to 12. More damage, more people shooting. I think it also has a faster rate of fire. Is this fast? Yes, and it goes up to very fast. So that makes sense. Airdan's almost level 4. It's pretty good. So we haven't gotten the chest of gems yet, unless I missed it, which is possible. Talking and stuff at the same time as trying to play can be difficult. Let's back it up. So right now, all we're finding is the magic resistant ones and the guys that don't have any armor at all. But at some point, the big boys are going to start walking through, and they have armor. So we're trying to be pretty aware of that. It's also not a bad idea for us to upgrade our barracks so that we have that ranged component. So we're going to prioritize upgrading this one in the back line first. We just need one more gold. There we go. Because at the end of the day, if we leak at all in any direction, they always have to end up fighting this unit here. Let's back up Airdan with a bit of help. And here come the big boys, the Knoll Gnawers. I mean, we could put a mage tower here. It's not a bad spot for it. And look, you'll notice they're going up into the waterfall, and they're going to come out of this one. And there's the gems. Alright. I don't know how much that was. I wish I'd have seen it. I didn't watch it go off. And I don't remember if you can get more than one. You may not be able to. Back this up as much as it can, and that way when we upgrade it, I think they'll be able to shoot people that come out of the waterfall. It's kind of the general idea. We need a lot of gold right now for upgrades. I don't know if you get an achievement for not missing a single thing. I feel like you do. You know what? Let's lightning them. No point in messing around. And let's get ourselves a better circle. So Menhir circle is the tier 3. When the going gets tough, the tough get to throw Menhirs. Okay. I think Menhirs is like a fancy term for some sort of monolithic style stone. Okay. Let's get those down. And here we go. So the Parathon, born of twisted magic, these flying beasts are often seen carrying gnolls into battle. Flying, fast speed, and can carry gnolls. So these are our first flying units of this playthrough. If you're not prepared for them, they can be pretty tough. But we have a lot of elements that can deal with flying right now. Even our hero is an excellent flying sniper. I don't think we'll have to do anything in terms of like using lightning or something like that. We have a lot of elements here that should be able to deal with this. Okay. They were getting a little too close for comfort. So we'll snipe them out. And let's get our level 3 archer tower. It is way stronger. And as you'll see here, it's helping us burst down those units quite nicely. $26 gold there from calling early. It's very strong. More gems. Man, I missed it. I didn't see how much it was, but now we know you can get more. I had a bit of a sneeze.
Our aim.
Okay, we're just kind of upgrading whatever. We're on wave 7 of 10, and we're doing just fine. Of course, we haven't leaked yet. It really helps that I know these maps already. So one of the things that can really get you in this map is if you don't, let's say you build up really heavily, you know, here, which kind of makes sense, and maybe you put a thing or two down here, but you don't realize that these big guys are going to walk up here and then come out of the waterfall. Save 13 barrel dwarves. Nice. I had a feeling there was another achievement attached to that. You know what, let's check out the Ranger Barracks and check out their stats. So 140 HP, 8 to 12 damage, and medium armor. They are significantly stronger than their counterparts. 8 to 12 damage versus 3 to 7. I mean, that's a huge DPS increase, and they are very survivable. And we're just going to keep saving them just because we can. We can get a mineral circle, or we can upgrade something else. Let's upgrade our Arcanist Dais, and we can get an Eldritch Dais. Sorcerer's Cast, let's use this. Sorcerer's Cast bigger, meaner magic bolts of pink death. Get the party started. So 34 to 56 damage. It's no joke. Versus the 18 to 30 that it currently does. So with this big damage, we shouldn't have any problems. We shouldn't leak. You know what? Arrow it up. Okay, very close, but we're fine. Okay. Boom. We have some decent defense against air. If we had to, we could always bring Eridan back to try and guarantee that we don't accidentally leak to air. Boy, that was close. Ooh, they almost went over the fall. That would have bummed me out. This is really a bad idea. If you bring them far forward like this, all you're doing is increasing their run speed through your ranks. Probably would be much smarter to bring Eridan back now, so that they stay slow and they have to run slowly past all of our defenses.
For Oradell.
Very good. Since they're clumped up, we'll drop some lightning. Probably won't get a better value lightning than that. So much experience as well. Almost a complete full level off of that. This is the last wave, so whatever upgrades we're going to get, we need to do it now. Let's just get a level 3 mineral circle. That's probably a bad upgrade. If this was a really tight battle, I'd be a little aggravated with myself because there's almost certainly nothing else coming from the top. So upgrading this was a mistake. Definitely should have upgraded this one instead. And there we go. So we knocked it out. And we're going to take our 3 stars and get some upgrades. And just like yesterday, I also think we're going to go ahead and try and knock out the heroic and iron mode challenges too. Let's see what the limitations are. Upgrade level 2s, okay. So we can't like rush a level 3 upgrade here, like for instance the Green Wardens. That wouldn't give us anything. What could we use though? Three additional Thunderbolts, maybe. I like reducing the cooldown, but we don't quite have enough for that. Maybe these. Okay. And let's also upgrade this. Do we need to upgrade Arrow Storm? Better Arrow Volley. And a better chance to counter is good. We kind of left him in melee for most of that fight. Alright, let's try it out. Let's do the Iron Mode challenge first. So no mage and no archers.
For the Queen.
I think level 2 barracks are going to be really crucial here.
Let's rock and roll.
This is the strongest position on the map.
Quiver and quake. By the light of the moon.
Do something like this.
Salure Denuri.
And instead of building another one of these, I think what I want to do is put one a little far forward and another one a little bit further back. And once they're both upgraded, they'll function almost like archer towers. And since they're not right on top of each other, they'll be able to kind of cover for each other. If one gets engaged upon, the other one might still be far enough back to do damage.
Reinforce! Onward! For the Queen!
Okay. Once again, we gotta watch the waterfall for free gold. It doesn't hurt to use the flowers as well. Just a free kill there.
Swords ready!
But if we're going to protect ourselves versus the aerial units, we need to make sure that we're upgrading. We'll probably even build another level 2 here as well.
Incoming!
Should probably upgrade these guys so that while these ones are getting beaten on, the other ones can be shooting. Wilson!
Swords ready!
Anytime anyone talks about Castaway, like they almost feel worse about Wilson than you do about Tom Hanks's character.
Onward! For the Queen! Incoming!
They start blobbing up and we just need to drop the arrows on them
By the light of
without really thinking about it. We only have one life, so leaking even one of these birds is bad.
to the vanguard!
So let's actually do something like this.
For the Queen!
We'll stagger them in that kind of same way.
By the light of the moon! To the vanguard!
You'll notice that the guys on the ground have a hard time shooting kind of up in the air, so to speak. And we'll upgrade one of these. Yeah, we're not going to let them leak the last unit. Not today. That's a Game of Thrones reference. That's, what's his name? So here we can look at the achievements. So we haven't really checked this out at all, but these are pretty cool. I don't think they give you anything, but a lot of them are just, you know, pop culture references. George of the Jungle here. Brave Little Tailor. Let's see. Which one did we just unlock? I need a hero. Not today. without the hero dying. So that's what he says in Game of Thrones in Song of Ice and Fire. What does he say? Well, he says, "What do we say to death?" And then Arya says, "Not today." Okay. I figured it out. We have one more star that we can use. Let's go ahead and just get the splinters. So more explosive area damage. Very good. And then we can also... He got a lot of experience from that. Let's just leave him in for the next one. Get him to level 5. And then we can practice with Erevan in the next level. If we're able to do it, fine. With a slightly weaker hero. If not, we'll bring in Erevan. But we'll at least have gotten experience on him. And we'll have a level 5 hero kind of in our back pocket that we can use if we need to. Alright, let's check on this heroic mode challenge. So just a stronger version, a more difficult version of the last level. There's 6 waves instead of one constant one.
Like a rolling stone. Onward!
Yeah, I like doing this again. It's a good strat.
By the light of the moon.
And then... It's really all about where we want Erevan.
Ardell.
It's hard to know where they'll go. If they're going to make use of the waterfall, it'd be nice to build a little bit down here, but we don't really necessarily need to.
To the vanguard. Onward!
Do something like this.
We must move on.
You know what? I don't think we need. If they're just going to send the little Knoll Reavers down here, we should be fine.
You have my bow.
Incoming!
Salure Denuri.
We kind of interrupted his attack there, but that should be okay. So you'll notice we got 3 more bursts of lightning there. There we go. Summon. We got to put a lot of reinforcements down there, and we grouped them up pretty nicely.
Swift and steady.
And I think had we used the little flower, we probably would have had a much easier time in this area.
Hunting season begins.
And we're just calling early. We need as much gold as we can get.
Our aim.
We'll just nuke the big boys. No, they ran past. Okay. Alright. We don't have enough single target damage, I guess is what I'm left to believe.
Let's rock for the queen. By the light of the moon. To the vanguard.
Yeah, we want them a little more centered.
For the queen.
It happens sometimes that you put your guys just a little bit off center, and next thing you know, you've got units running past you.
Swift and steady.
Incoming.
Hunting season begins.
See how well one archer tower does against them. Not very well. It doesn't really add that much DPS.
Reinforce. Swords ready. Ropes up. By the light of the moon. To the vanguard.
Hmm. Yeah, the dogs are wrecking us. Okay. I think I remember doing this before without using any of the stone circles. Just basically using a ton of archers.
Swift and steady. Hunting Hunting season begins.
Onward! For the Queen! By the light of the moon!
Time is mana.
Let's try something like this. And we'll look to upgrade as soon as we can.
Reinforce!
And with that last upgrade, Eridan is like a machine gun.
To the vanguard!
Swords ready! Incoming!
So calling early is definitely why we've been leaking. But I think we can handle it.
Onward!
Reinforce!
Can't help it. When I have excessive micro, I have to click on the things.
Trust our aim.
This is a very good spot to put a barracks and leave it here, and it kind of separates the dogs from the other units. The dogs keep running past and the other units get caught up.
Swift and steady.
Swords ready!
Alright, we nailed them. So it looks like only 5. You only get 5 gold from that. Could have sworn it was a little more. Maybe it is in the mobile version.
Hunting season begins.
Incoming!
We lightning right now, call early, and boom, we get another lightning.
Reinforce!
Pretty well ticked down.
Trust our aim.
There we go.
Swords ready!
Seems to be working.
Swift and steady.
Just feel like we need a little bit more DPS on the bottom here. Or if we start leaking in this particular area. Could also get another level 2 barracks. Yeah, the level 2 barracks in the back would definitely be good.
Reinforce!
Denuri.
For Oradell! For the Queen!
Swords
We must
ready!
move on.
It almost feels like Eridan could probably hold this bottom area by himself.
Denuri.
I mean, look at that damage.
Incoming!
Okay, where can we drop the arrows? We need them to bunch up a bit more.
Hunting season begins.
Reinforce!
Okay, no hyenas riding by. Is that what they're called again? Yes, they're just straight up hyenas.
Our aim.
Swords ready!
Swift and steady.
For Oradell!
Soften them up a little bit.
Incoming!
We've got lots of bodies that we can put right here to kind of block it up.
We must move on.
By the light of the moon!
Reinforce!
It's the last wave. These are probably the last units. And we did level. Awesome. Alright, so now we'll have a level 5 hero if we need going into the next level. Stargazer unlocked. 15 stars. Well done. We'll just get this. This increases the range of our rally point for our barracks. Kind of useful. You definitely want it. You need it by the late game, that's for sure. We could put all our points into a stronger arrow storm, or we can get a slightly better porcupine. We can max out porcupine, and then get a level 2 double strike. Yeah, that's much stronger. Okay. So let's switch it up. Let's try Aravan. And go into the next level. Redwood Stand. The knoll hills must be empty because it looks like every single one of those vile creatures has come to invade our lands. We have fought without rest, defeating one band after another, but a larger force aims to destroy the great Redwood. The tree folk are fighting valiantly to defend their home, but they are barely holding. We must rush to their aid. Alright, let's get there. Alright, and we get our first specialized level 4 tower. And there are tons in this game, but this is our first one. So arcane archers shoot magic arrows that weaken their target's magic resistance. So very good when paired with magic towers. They also put enemies to sleep, if I remember correctly. And these dudes are straight out of Star Wars.
Shazam!
They throw little spears to help you, if I remember correctly. Alright, where are we going to build? So, if you ever watched me play any of the other 2 games, you'll see that there sometimes in certain levels there are buildings that you can repair or make use of, or certain parts and elements of a map that can help you beat it. So, right here we have the AWOCs. So, friendly but fearsome furry furries that protect the Great Redwood. And they're pretty expensive. And they're not very strong. But you can use them as backline units. That wasn't worth it at all. But they're pretty cool. I think if they die, you have to make more. And you have to pay another 100. So, not super hot.
To the vanguard! Onward!
There's something there. Let's get an archer tower back here. And we'll make a little area to defend. So this is a very powerful intersection, but I kind of remember this level, and I think what ends up happening is they open it up from this side. And you'll see they're throwing their spears. They do decent damage. Wow, just incinerated.
Swords ready.
And check out this tornado move. When this is upgraded, it's absolutely devastating. It's very good early on, but when it's upgraded, it goes like all the way. It would go all the way down here. Make sure we're calling early. We need the gold. We'll use the flower just to make sure that we're not getting overrun.
For the queen!
And upgrade our gentleman here. Give him a bit of a ranged attack in case we need it. I have some stuff for like my recording software up here, so it's kind of hard for me to tell, but I think like... Can I hit this? Yeah, there we go. I forgot that's where that was. Find George. Yeah, we found him. Oh, that makes me sad. I was looking up Brendan Fraser recently with one of my buddies. We were kind of talking about him. That's so sad. If you've ever seen George of the Jungle, I used to watch that movie a ton as a kid. And Brendan Fraser is awesome in that. But sadly, he's not having the best life. So we're going to try and rush to this arcane archer. It has a much slower attack speed, you'll see, than the standard archers. So right now they're up to very fast. They do 6 to 12 damage, and they have great range. Same range here. Obviously way more damage. But there's only 2 of these dudes. Yeah, these dogs are going to like mess us up. We need to do something about that. Freeze coming in handy. And we get a new enemy. So no blighters. Defilers of nature that command forces of death and decay. High magic resistance, very important. They wither magical plants and they slow speed. So they make it so that we can't use these. And they have high magic resistance, so they're pretty difficult to just burst down with lightning or something like that, let's say. You really got to get them with physical damage, which is where our archers come in.
Reinforce!
Aradan absolutely nukes these, but Aravan is not so good against them. And you'll see they have a ranged attack. They also have pretty fat stats, 750 HP, 8 to 12 damage, and then that high magic resistance. So, I mean, they have way more HP than the big guys.
Swords ready!
I want to use this before it withers, thanks to him.
Hunting season begins.
We're going to make another archer tower here, one of the level 4s. And this thing is just like shooting us to death.
Elemental fury.
See if we can get him to zap him. Yeah, he almost like kills us. Take him out of combat so we can heal for a minute. We could drop our reinforcements right on top of him. Oh, this is where the path comes through. Interesting. Okay, I'd kind of forgotten.
Our aim.
Get some more archers going.
Swift and steady.
Kind of see why the Ewoks, or the AWOKs, they're totally different, aren't super great here if they just get killed by the high DPS, and then we just have to shell out 100. So, I mean, we lost like 200 gold in the beginning. We'd have a much stronger defense here had we not done that. But now that we have some decent archers in range, we can get some damage going.
Elemental fury.
And we did max out that fireball early on. That fireball does a ton of damage. Ugh, that's not what we want. We'd also love to get a level 3 ranger tower as well. So here we go. The arcane archers. So shoots an explosive magical arrow that deals 80 area damage, and then shoots an arrow. Oh no, we gotta move. Shoots an arrow that puts an enemy to sleep for 4 seconds.
Swords ready!
Clear out some of those, and then get ourselves. What are these called again? The Rangers. Much more capable. I don't think these little guys can throw anything. We definitely want to get another arcane archers ASAP, and we're going to want to upgrade these as well. And we may want to get another defender barracks for this area too, just to further slow them down and separate them.
Swords ready!
To the vanguard.
So here we go.
Shazam! I bend all elements.
So much good damage. If you click on Bambi, they explode. So that's something you gotta remember. It's important. So you'll see that now they're carrying the gnolls. They kind of tell you about it in the last level, but now they're actually doing it. And if you don't have adequate protection, it can be pretty scary, because a lot of times maybe the flyers will die back here, and then they'll just drop, you know, a powerful unit right behind your back line. And we'll look next time we get one of the wizards, the casters, and we'll see if their magic defense goes down from high to medium or low, let's say, when they're being shot by the arcane archers. Okay, so let's watch. Doesn't say. Yeah, it goes down to medium, so it drops 1 level. It's pretty good. That's not nothing. Alright, and we get another new enemy. Check it out. So the Ettins, two-headed and dim-witted, these vicious giants wield trees as maces. Fast HP regen, that's very important. High health and slow speed. So you want to nuke them down. They have no armor. They just have giant HP pools. And they're honestly not that difficult to burst down.
Steady.
Oh no, we lost Aravan. Generally, a good play is just to nuke them with the lightning. Putting them to sleep would also be pretty nice, just to really slow their path.
Elemental fury.
Hunting season begins.
And we need to upgrade this all the way if we're going to upgrade it at all, because then it gives it the ability to shoot all the way down this path, which is nice.
For the queen. By the ancient powers.
And I want these to have the ability to shoot arrows, or to shoot bows if we need them to. And he's super squishy right now, but that's because we don't have his stone circle spell. Yeah, and I thought I remembered that. I totally forgot that it joined these two, but I did kind of remember that it came from the side.
Elemental fury.
Let's make sure we're making use of this. Drop our reinforcements right on top, and then it has to fight them in melee. As we upgrade this, it can end up freezing and doing a bunch of other stuff. It does a ton of damage. So he doesn't quite one-shot a barracks unit. He has to hit each one of them twice. That's good to know. Did that a little bit late. More rangers, and if we want, we can just go boom. Drop them.
Swords ready.
I bend all elements. Elemental fury.
Our aim.
Very good.
By the ancient powers. I bend all elements. Elemental fury.
You can put him on the other side of this wall here, and anything that runs by, he'll shoot at. So the name of this level really is just build arcane archers. I want to show you guys the upgrade. We still have a few levels left, a few waves. So I can go ahead and get maybe the burst arrows and one of the slumber arrows. Although I like to get the slumber arrows in this backline position in case anyone manages to get through. Let's make sure we bring them back. So there was a burst arrow. You saw that kind of explosion? Oh, he got a little too close. Oh man, I didn't even see him. He was kind of hidden underneath all the flyers. Activate 50 magical plants, Garden Song. Let's get our sleep arrows.
Swords ready.
I bend all elements. Elemental fury.
We can also get some blast arrows too.
Got that power.
By the ancient powers.
Make sure he's constantly attacking. He's a huge source of magical damage. Truth or Dare. Call 13 or more early waves on any given stage. Yeah. When you're playing this game at a kind of a higher level, you definitely need to be calling early. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to max out your value in terms of the gold. I totally forgot they do that. He just smacked himself in the face to stun himself. That's hilarious. I saw him getting stunned earlier. I didn't know what was causing that. I figured he was doing it to himself somehow, but I wasn't able to see the animation over here. That's awesome.
Elemental fury.
Oh, there's even another spot here that we can build something. Yeah, we'll just make another one of these. You know what? No. Trying to keep my eyes on everything, so. Did he throw something? It looked like he did throw something. Like some sort of boomerang type thing.
Swords ready.
Yeah, I think you can only get 4 of them.
By the ancient powers.
So I think you're the last unit on the field, buddy. Brave little Taylor. Don't let the hero die against an Etten on stage 4. Okay. I guess it can be tempting when you're a newer player just to use the hero to face tank them. Roaring Gale increases Thunderbolt damage and reduces cooldown by 10 seconds. The cooldown reduction is what's huge. So we'll take that, and then we don't have enough to level anything else, but that's fine because I don't think we'll be able to use past upgrade level 2 in these battles anyway. So let's check out the Iron Mode challenge for it. As we get further into the game, we'll probably just try and make progress on the levels. We won't stop to do an Iron Mode and Heroic Mode for every single level. But in the early stages, it's nice to take advantage of them and to really level up our heroes and our upgrades. And they're fun. I mean, if you're playing this game, I recommend doing these modes because you get a lot more value, bang for your buck, so to speak. So let's do it. No magic towers and no barracks towers. It's giving us the little AWOG buddies. They're so expensive, I almost don't want to build them. I think they're kind of a trap.
Quiver and quake.
Trust our aim. Swift and steady.
Let's see.
Shazam!
Hunting season begins.
I bend all elements.
Let's see. I'm not eager to get these. The thing is, the hyenas are going to run past them. It's just going to make them faster. We would have to build them and put them down here just to fight the Knoll Gnars. Which maybe that's worth it. You kind of need to read what the map wants you to do. And definitely what the map is telling me to do right now is, you know, build a few of these guys. But I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. See if we can do it my way first, and then we'll try the other way.
Hunting season begins.
Clear them out. We put this here because we read that the Reavers would be coming from this direction, and the Reavers are the ones you need to AoE against.
Reinforce.
Trust our aim.
We need to soften them up a bit more before they get to our back line. And we leak one. Oh, man. Okay, let's try this. And we definitely don't want them up there. We want them down here.
Swift and steady.
And I feel like we almost need 3 of them. Otherwise, they'll just not be strong enough
By
to
the ancient
kill the
powers.
Gnars. And maybe we just kind of don't build... Yeah, they do have a ranged attack. You see, they just die. die and they don't respawn. Yeah. They're not strong enough unsupported. Let's restart it. So if you build like 4 of them here and then also place like an archer tower here and archer tower here, they probably are able to do a lot of work. So I think my original plan was sound. You know what, let's restart it again. Let's see if we could do something completely different. Let's build...
Hunting season begins.
Can we rush straight to... No, we can't.
I bend all elements.
That might have been a little cheap.
Swords ready.
Rush straight to an arcane. Try and do it that way.
Elemental fury.
Can we do it? Is that a viable strategy? I don't know. You have to test with these types of levels. They want you to do something. And you need to really read what the map is telling you in order to figure it out. Next one I think we build here. Okay, and I'm keeping my eye on the flowers because if anyone gets past us, that's going to be the thing that helps me to take them out. We kind of need something up here too to help us to call the hyenas a little bit. Yeah, that's probably it. Ugh. Yeah, too many made it through. Restart.
Hunting season begins.
By the ancient powers.
Our aim. Swift and steady. Hunting season begins.
Try this. A bit more aggressively placed. We're not all the way back here. I just don't see how these dudes are going to be good for us until, like, maybe near the very end.
Our aim.
So if the tough part is just the hyenas, then we need to keep the hyenas back.
Swords ready.
Swift and steady.
So 2 level 2s might be enough to take them out before they're even able to get here.
Hunting season begins.
So far so good. So 3 level 2 towers here. Seems to be cleaning them up nicely.
Our aim.
Shazam!
Deploy 500 or more reinforcements into battle. I volunteer as tribute. That's a, God, Hunger Games. There we go. It's a Hunger Games reference. I don't know how proud of myself I am for knowing that one. Get a level 2 boulder circle. It may help us from being overrun. I mean, did I figure it out? Okay. Alright. Yeah. Just had to kind of get rid of the hyenas before they were able to get back there. And then we did fine. So this doesn't matter as much where we put this because we're not going to be able to use it for the heroic mode version. Archers deal maximum damage against unarmored targets. That's very good. Units like the Etten get absolutely wrecked by this. Enchanted armor barracks equip soldiers with improved armor, so they'll have high armor. Once they're up to like the ranger tier, I think it just ups them by 1. So they start with low, but now they'll start with medium, you know, etc. until they make it to high armor. Increasing their attack range on mages is great. Same thing with the druids. I value attack range pretty highly because it opens up a lot of different combinations. Just get that. Okay. And we haven't leveled quite yet with Erevan, but I think we will after we knock out the heroic mode. And then I think that's going to be it for today. That's another 2 levels down.
I bend all elements.
And we're getting into some cool, unique areas.
Elemental
And the
fury.
next map is awesome. Actually, the next few are really cool. Like some of my favorite aesthetic. Kind of like a city type aesthetic. Alright, where do we build? The whole map is opened up now. We don't have to go through that whole certain things open up at certain times
For the queen.
deal. Everything is open.
Hunting season begins.
By the light of the moon.
Like a rolling stone.
We build like this.
Trust our aim.
By the ancient powers.
Let's see what we've got.
Shazam! I bend all elements.
Do a little forward deploy. I kind of want to get him here first.
Elemental
But if
fury.
a really common strategy in this game, let's say you have 2 waves with mixed types of units, and they're funneling themselves into this one lane, right? Alone, each one of these elements is not dangerous, but if you mix burners with the overwhelming numbers of the reavers, then you get a pretty deadly combo. Nice level there, pretty timely. So what you do is you go and you pick off one of the weaker lanes, and you stop them from ever mixing.
Steady.
I bend all elements. Elemental fury.
Oh, I missed. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Alright, we won't do that again.
Onward!
And I think we'll forego the stone circle for this map.
For the queen. By the light of the moon.
Trust our aim. Swift and steady.
Something like this.
By the ancient powers. Shazam!
And anytime you see a part of the map that people aren't using to walk down, you can always place your ranged hero
I bend
like
all
right here.
elements.
And now it's essentially as if he's a tower, right? They can't hit him. Well, these guys can because they have range attacks. But, you know, most of the time they won't be able to hit them, and they can just attack with impunity. We could also have stopped this, restarted it, and gone and leveled him up to give him a nice little power boost. But we don't really need to do that. I think we can beat this without doing that. But if we can't, at least we know that we can do that. It's an option.
By the ancient powers. Shazam!
The vanguard.
There we go. And we don't want him fighting those units. It's not a good use of his abilities. And then we can bring him up here. Now he's kind of like another tower in this area.
Reinforce!
Onward!
Get some more archers. There we go.
Swords ready!
Let him tank a little bit. He does heal pretty quickly when out of combat.
I bend all elemental
The biggest weakness of Erevan is that he's very slow.
by the ancient powers.
Like I said, once you get his stone circle, spells that give him those defensive buffs, he's not so bad. He's not so squishy. But he is always going to be very slow.
Hunting season begins.
Reinforce!
Try and get to some level 3 somethings.
Swords ready!
Drop reinforcements right on top. Stop it from casting spells and shooting us. We need our lightning like right now.
Shazam! I bend all elements.
Incoming!
Elemental fury.
Our aim.
By the ancient powers.
Can't let him get hit. We haven't been calling early enough. We've been missing out on some gold. And we're going to get some arcane archers right now.
Elemental fury.
That damage is going to be completely wasted because we can see here how fast they're able to regen.
Swords ready.
Really want to upgrade this. As strong as this archer tower is and as well placed, it can't hit these units. So they're just sitting here and like chewing us up and wrecking our defenders.
By the ancient powers.
It's alright, we're going to rush it. And we're saving our lightning, we're saving our elemental tornado for right now. They're very resistant to the magic.
Swords ready.
So good damage finally coming in thanks to that. If we can get some fireballs going off. There we go. We're being overwhelmed a little bit.
Shazam! I bend all elements. Elemental fury.
Can we stop them? Yeah, I don't think we can stop him. Dang. And he smashed us.
Swords ready.
Yeah, we didn't have the ability to focus fire. Maybe we needed to place something a little farther forward, perhaps? I don't know. We're going to have to restart. Let's quit and level up our hero. We can give him that. We can give him 2 of those. And then perhaps a lightning rod. Better lightning rod for more single target damage. And then let's get back. Actually, you know what? Now that he's leveled, I think we should just go ahead and use Eridan for this.
My bow.
He does a ton of damage to those Ettins. And he's going to bypass all of the magic resistance of those casters.
Let's rock and roll.
For the Queen! Hunting season begins.
By the light of the moon.
For Oradell! Trust our aim.
We must move on. You have my bow.
Alright, now let's watch him go to work.
Incoming.
So much physical damage. And I think that ability's name is Porcupine, the one where he stacks an increasing damage buff every time he attacks the same target multiple times.
Reinforce.
But he just soloed that wave almost. And then as he levels too, I mean his base stats get better. He gets more HP, more attack damage.
Swords ready.
To the vanguard.
Incoming.
Slightly better dudes there.
Hunting season begins.
You know what, I don't like that. I think we need to go back, get the Sentinels, or the Rangers rather. Get them again.
We must move on.
Reinforce.
You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Very good damage.
Swords ready.
Also, these arrows are not magic damage, so I think they do straight physical damage. Should be better against them.
Incoming.
Our aim.
Clear that out.
Steady. You have my bow. Salure Denuri. For Argel. We must move on.
Need him attacking from range. Can't have him getting into melee.
Hunting season begins.
Get him.
Swords ready.
We ended up rebuilding that there. It's okay. If we can get this to an arcane tower.
Healer.
Yeah, he's able to kill us. Damn. We have lightning in just a second.
You have my bow.
Swords
Can we do it?
incoming.
Man, he just does the damage. But these things are absorbing so much of our DPS, it's pretty awful.
Reinforce.
And the Ettins, of course, are going to make it all the way here without being hurt.
Trust our aim.
Okay, we've singled them out.
Denuri.
Swords ready.
Now maybe Eridan has enough damage to take them out. Maybe not.
For
We don't want him to
Argel.
get hit.
Incoming.
We must move on. You
There we
have
go.
my bow.
There we go. That was close, but it counts.
Salure Denuri.
Reinforce.
Burst them down as much as we can. Even our little AWOC buddies up here are helping.
Swords ready.
Sell that one and upgrade this. Call that good. That was close, and there might have been a better way to do it, but we did it. No guides for us. Alright, and another star. So when we come back next time, we're going to be doing the Royal Gardens. Another unique map with lots and lots of nuance to it. And yeah, the next two maps are really cool. And they have some throwbacks to the first two games that if you're a fan of them, I think you'll like. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Once again, my name is Brett, and my channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you consider checking out the rest of the series. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider it. I play a lot of strategy games. If you like this game, there'll be tons more. If you're seeing this for the first time and you haven't checked out the original Kingdom Rush games, the first two in the series, I do have complete playthroughs of those, and I thought they were pretty fun. So, anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care.